is what you're supposed to do and this is what you're not supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a lot of the times when you don't have a person in that field working in that field and they get these manager positions and they get these positions of high ranking positions, they feel like the way that they're going is the right way when it's not. And but a lot of the times, like I said, like these soldiers now, they come in and it's like you might not even get them standing at parade rest for you. And I'm not saying it like, you know, but
I agree.
It's just little, it's like it's that little military bearing. It's like where did it go? You know, at what point, like, where did it just become like so few and far between? Like,
to speak on that, there's been a lack of discipline throughout the organization. Yeah. And see, the problem is there's also a level of people not, you know what I'm saying, maintaining military bearing. And so they'll interact with the troops. So they'll interact with certain people at certain levels, say a platoon leader or something like that. And the platoon leader, and you know, I ain't really get down like this, but the platoon leader dapping them up, you know what I'm saying? Their leadership is, yeah, hey, what up, bro? You know, and I'm like, and there were times where, and I've had my leaps and bounds where, because it's a balance, and I had to learn this, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know anybody. So you're trying to gain their respect and you trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like get them to do stuff and you can't come in hard charging because they don't know you like that. Or they've heard whatever, you know, whatever it is. So you reach that balance where it's like, okay, how are we sliding? And then I had to use my NCOs to get me back in check. Like, hey, sir, we got this. This ain't, you know what I'm saying, in a respectful way. Hey, we need you to handle these things. Look out for us. And I'm like, you know what? You handle that lane. But if you get out of pocket, I'm going to have to step in and we're going to have a different conversation. But, you know, we got to the end of deployment where we was working like a well-oiled machine because we had both those aspects of respect. But at the same time, at the bottom, I'm going to be honest, when it came to Guard and Reserve units, you see people just talk to lieutenant colonels with their hands in the hallway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so when you see that when I was a young troop, when I was a specialist back in the day, when I was a private first class, you know, I showed up at the unit, you know, and I'm like, okay, you know, everybody's just walking around like no customs and courtesies. This was back in the reserves. And I'm like, dude, what is this? And then somebody tried to check me. Like, why aren't you at parade rest? You know, I don't care. Like, I will be at parade rest. You know what I'm saying? I'm a private. I owe them the respect. But when somebody with the same rank that your partner ain't doing it, now we've got an issue. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed that, and that's how that goes. That's how that rolls. And then you get people disrespecting people. And the last person you want to disrespect is a supply sergeant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, like
supply and mechanic.
It can be the best. That's why I was like, hey, I treated y'all with the customs and courtesies. I'm like, hey, I need this done. How can we get this done? I'm not saying why and we do this, why and we do that. I'm like, how?